Hello dear students, a very good morning to all of you. So today in this video we are going to discuss about types of friction. Alright. So there are three types of friction: static friction, sliding friction and rolling friction. Okay. So what is static friction? Firstly we are going to discuss about static friction. So what is static friction? So as a name says, static, that means something which is at rest, which is not moving. So what can be static friction? So when an object is not moving, even the object is not moving, listen carefully, even the object is not moving, there is a force of friction which is still acting on the object, because that the force which is acting on the object, that is why the object is not moving on its own. So a force of friction acting on object which are not moving, that's friction is static friction. Now let's take example of static friction. Suppose you have a car and your car is in rest position and you want to start your car, but it just not start. What do? Obviously you go and push your car, right? Now this initial push, and you need a lot of force to push because there is a frictional force between the tires and the this floor. And if you not change the car position from rest into motion, that means here is a frictional force which is much greater than the force which you applied on a car, and this type of friction is called static friction. This type of force of friction is known as static friction. As you already know, statics means not moving, when the object is in rest position. So static friction holds an object in its place. So this initial friction is called static friction, and here you will notice once you are applying a force in this direction, and we know that the force of friction always oppose the motion, so frictional force is acting in the opposite direction and it is not letting the car to move. We can say that no actual movement of the object in static motion. So now the next one friction is sliding friction. As the name suggests, sliding friction, when the object are sliding, then comes the concept of sliding friction, right? So it is a force of friction that acts between the object in contact and sliding moving with respect to each other. So this sliding friction is also known as kinetic friction. So now kinetic word is used for anything which is in motion. So since this type of friction is exist when the object is in motion, so this is also called kinetic friction. Now let's take the same example. Obviously when car is not moving, that means that time static friction is here, right? But when you push the car with greater force, what do you notice? You notice when once the car start moving, it is very easy to drive the car, right? So we can say that this static friction over with the beginning of the sliding the car, right? This initial friction that is present, that takes a lot of efforts, that the car is called static friction, right? And once the car start moving or sliding, this static friction is over. So is there no friction when the car starts sliding? Obviously no, there is a some friction, that's called sliding friction. So sliding friction takes place when an object starts slide over another. So this object is a car and it is sliding over the road. So this friction is takes place here is called sliding friction. Now the third one is rolling friction. So the force of friction that exists between two surfaces when a body rolls over the other body or other surface, and this type of friction is called rolling friction. As the name says, rolling, when a body rolls over the other body. Okay, here you can see a wheels start rolling forward, and this is here a rolling friction exists. All right, for example, it is easy to move a suitcase with wheels, and it is easy to move a heavy box with it is fitted with wheels, right? So this type of friction is a rolling friction, and here rolling reduce friction actually. So when we talk about static friction, so static friction is greater than sliding friction, and sliding friction is greater than rolling friction. And you know that in case of static friction, object does not move. In case of sliding friction, object begin to move with uniform speed, and in case of rolling friction, object move very easily with a less force. So now the next one is fluid friction. So till now we have discussed about friction exerted by solid on solid objects, right? But fluid also exerted friction. Here we talk about liquid which can flow like water, milk, and you know that gases also a fluid because gases also can flow. So liquid and gases are collectively termed as fluid. So force of friction exerted by fluid on object moving through them is called fluid friction. Now many of times you have seen that object moves through fluid. Best example would be the aeroplane. So aeroplane is flying through the sky and the sky is made up of air. So aeroplane is actually moving through the air. So aeroplane is a solid, it is moving through fluid because air is a gas and gases is also a fluid. So the next one example is this the ship or boat moving through water. So water is again a fluid and boat is a solid which is moving through a fluid. So whenever an object is moving through a fluid, that fluid offers some resistance to its motion, and everything that opposes motion is known as friction, and that friction is known as fluid friction. So and this fluid friction also known as drag. So the frictional force exerted by fluid is called drag. So now let's look some example of friction due to water. So water opposes motion of the swimmer due to friction. So when a person swims in water, the water opposes his motion. This is because water exerted a force of friction on the swimmers in the direction opposite to his motion. Alright. Next one is fish has streamlined body. So the spatial shape of a body or an object around which a fluid can flow offering minimum friction is called streamlined shape. And in nature the bodies of fishes are streamlined so that they experience least amount of friction in water, and bodies of boats are made streamlined so that they experience less friction while moving through water. Now the next one is ways of increasing friction. Now, how can we increase the friction? If we want to increase the friction, how can we increase the friction? So, here by making the surface rough, this is the first way to increase friction. So, friction can increase by increasing the roughness of the surface in contact. You know that rough surface have more friction. So if we increase the rough surface, I mean increasing the roughness of the surface in contact, so it helps to increase friction. All right. For example, the surface of the head of the matchstick and the sides of the matchbox are made rough. The size of the matchstick, I mean the sides of the matchstick and the head of the matchstick are rough, so it increases the friction to produce heat, and because of which the matchstick lights up easily, right? So by making the surface rough, we can increase the friction. Next one is by making grooves. You can increase the friction in case of tires of bicycles, cars, buses by making grooves. And due to a greater friction, the tires get a better grip on the road, which prevents skidding of the vehicles. So now the next one is ways of reducing friction. It must be noted that we can reduce friction but can't make it zero. All right. So here is some ways to reduce friction. The first one is by lubricating. Lubricating means oil or grease. These are lubricant. All right. So by using lubricant, friction can be reduced. When a lubricant is applied between the moving parts of a machine, a thin layer is formed there and moving surfaces do not directly rub each other. And because it fills off the irregularities of the surface and making them smoother. And interlocking of irregularities is avoided to a great extent and movement become smoother. And you know that talcum powder is a dry lubricant since the powder reduce friction, right? A coin travels much faster on a powdered carom board than on an unpowdered carom board. And graphite powder is also used in machines to reduce friction. Okay, so and the next one is by polishing. And when the surfaces are highly polished, the irregularities of the surface are covered, making them smoother. So consequently, friction is greatly reduced. All right. So by polishing is also reduce the friction.